Pete Sinclair, who's in charge of the, we'll call it the semi-spiritual successor of Botcon, Pete's Robot Convention. On his Facebook page, he was sharing mock-ups of some of the ideas and concepts that were originally used for the Botcon 2016 Beast Wars Uprising series that I actually had a lot to do with also.
Get it? And I would like to point out, this is probably getting ahead of the curve, eh?
Oh yeah, a lot of these ideas were originally planned and designed and photoshopped and stuff long before the idea of using Combiner Wars molds. And this is, I mean, Botcon and fun publication ideas, some of those things are brainstormed 2-3 years in advance. They'll just have a whole group of ideas and put them together and go, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that. And sometimes it'll sit for years until it finds the right time and moment. So this was something that was brainstormed during the early stages of it. This is all legit. This isn't like, some people, they might question, like this is stuff they're just putting out now. No, all of this stuff was legit stuff that was being planned in the early stages. I know specifically, for me personally, the Tigatron Drift connection, that was very heavily something that was happening back then. That was going to be a thing. And in a lot of ways, I personally still wish it was a thing. But it ended up being something else. And I wrote the bio for that one instead, the other Tigatron. But otherwise, yeah, all of these are legit. Some of them were I really wish they did happen. I really liked the Silverbolt one, using the Beast Hunter's Dreadwing. I really liked a lot of them. They were very well done. To be able to get another Canine and Wolffang from the Drift mold too,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
using just the right amount of painting for the head sculpt to make a really good character worked very well. Using Transformers Prime Sergeant Cup
But
with arms
I
mic.
thought you would have used for Tigertron, since he was kind of more of the samurai
That
character in
was
the
what I
Japanese
wanted to
one.
do.
That's
What
what I
I
would. That's the way I was gonna look at it. Like, you could probably use Drift for that one.
Well, what I wanted to do was, at that time they did a Shattered Glass Drift for the Fun Publication store,
Mm.
which the mold itself was the it was the Drift body, but they mixed the weapons because the Shattered Glass Drift was a parody of Deadpool.
Right.
It was Deadpool's, and Deadpool is known for guns, but he's also
Mm.
known for
Sword.
a sword. So what they did was they mixed it where it came with two guns and it came with a sword. And my hope was that was going to be the case too, where it was
Right.
going to be what I don't know, behind the scenes, essentially from a factory standpoint, what kind of hurdles they had to go through to give both.
Right.
Where, because you see here, it was very easy just to put the guns all on one and that's it. So
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
get I don't know how it works, like let's call it the model tree. Like what was on the sprue,
Yeah.
what had to be removed, what had to be thrown out. So, but either way, that's what I was kind of hoping originally, but in the end, well, none of it happened in the end anyways, but it was
Hmm.
something pretty cool. Again, some of these, like the only one I wasn't a big fan of was the Transformers Prime Rat Trap, mostly because it wouldn't have a unique head sculpt,
No.
so it wouldn't really get that image across. And not
Hmm.
to mention, I don't know, Beast Machines in general, I don't
Eh.
know.
Any chance for that Rat Trap to get some love? I don't
But
mind.
again, I really liked the Beast Wars Scorponok, using the Transformers Prime Sergeant Cup and the Arms Micron Zori,
Hmm.
combining it in the back to give the tail and everything was very clever.
Yeah.
Ultimately, in the end, we would get a Beast Wars Scorponok, but it was sadly just a repaint of of the little robot that Scamper that came with Metroplex, and I wrote the bio originally for that. In the end, the bio didn't get used,
Hmm.
but I originally wrote the bio for that one too. And I mean, I kind of wish this one happened because then it would have been
This
fun to write that.
Jetstorm is really interesting.
No, the Jetstorm was another one too. Very early on, they were
Because,
playing
like,
with
I
that.
can kind of see how it works, where you just kind of don't transform the legs, I guess, or I
And
would
you
assume.
flip the wings the other way.
Yeah.
You know, it was that one. I have a faint memory that they showed that concept at a BotCon at some point. I could
Mm,
be wrong. Because I remember at some point Pete or somebody, or maybe it was Jesse, someone showed these at a BotCon
mm.
where they were like, "Oh, we were going to do a Jetstorm." I think it was, maybe it was 2016, the very last year they showed that, because that was an idea I know that was on the table for quite some time. But same thing like the Black Arachnia, that was one that was a shame it didn't happen. It was
Yeah,
on
like
every.
there's a lot of females. I was surprised.
No, it
Like when I
was
was
it,
going through it, I'm like, oh, like
it
two
was a
women.
good
Huh.
excuse to use very versatile molds that existed in Transformers Prime to use with specific. Again, the big convoy one from Ultra Magnus. All of these were great, and they're all legit. These were stuff that was going to happen at one point, and just when Transformer, Combiner War stuff was a reality that could be used, it kind of changed the game. And then it's like, well, now we could do combiners. Now we could do Tripredicus, and
Mm.
Magnaboss, and that changed everything. So it's something that, hey, if Botcon was still around, maybe we would have saw some of this in some shape or form down the line. I mean, if there's one thing you should know, there was no rule saying like, when one character gets done, they can't get done again down the
Yeah.
line. So I mean, look at Tigertron's a shining example of that. So it's something that, who knows, what we maybe this could have been a club subscription service kind of thing, which would have been spectacular. But it's a shame, but I mean, I'm glad that Pete shared it with everybody and it went public. And who knows what the future might bring? Maybe we might see BotCon again one day in the future, and maybe all of this would become a reality. But this was all shown on his Facebook page. You could also see it on his Twitter account, which is Night Shining at Night Shining, which is like his official account for all his convention related stuff that he's doing.
Hmm.
So be sure to check it out.